My name is Volodymyr Valkov, and I was born in Lviv, Ukraine, 21 years ago in 1987. And I'm speaking to you from Geneva in Switzerland, where I'm doing my master's degree in international relations. And let me tell you how I got here. One of the most interesting questions that I first ran into when I came to the United States was, why did you come to Wisconsin? Why did you come to La Crosse or Trempealeau? It's so small. It's 1,000 people, 50,000 people in La Crosse, and I didn't know what to say honestly. But now looking back, if you asked me why did I decide to come to La Crosse or Trempealeau or Wisconsin in general, I would say without any hesitation that because it has beautiful people, wonderful people that are supporting and that are welcoming and that had made a real difference in my life. I grew up in Ukraine, in the city of Lviv. It's in the western part, really close to the Polish border, and it's heavily influenced by Polish and Catholic culture, especially its architecture. It has a really long and really fascinating history dating back to the 13th century when it was first founded. In terms of its charm and its personality, it has stayed the same. And it really reminds me of a really important lesson in life, that as we grow, as we try to do greater things and be better, we should always preserve some of the lasting human values. In Lviv, I grew up in a small apartment complex in a family of 4, where I still live with my older brother and father. I've been interested in learning political science for a long time because it just seemed to give the right instruments to create a more democratic society. I did not have a goal to go to the university there because it just seemed too distant and too impossible. But as it turns out, there is no such thing as impossible. When I realized that this is possible, I decided to go to University of Wisconsin-La Crosse. There is a very strong political science department, and professors made my experience really special. But not just them, it was of course the whole environment and the administration, the staff, and the rest of the students that I interacted with. Due to my preparation and really good first-class academic training at University of Wisconsin-La Crosse, I was accepted for a 6-month internship at a renowned research institution in Washington, D.C. called Woodrow Wilson International Center for Scholars. And I worked with one of their most dynamic units, the Cold War Project. And this again has influenced my personal growth and my future goals. Education at UW-L and my experience in general, just interacting with people, has really influenced everything so much. And I had research experience. I went to Czech Republic, I went to Jorstad and Washington DC, and even now it continues to have its impact. It wasn't just all about academics. It was also about socializing with people and getting to know the culture in the United States. And I'm so grateful. The team from the educational department organized a webcast of the entire ceremony that was streamed live on the internet, and my family in Ukraine, 8,000 kilometers away from La Crosse, was able to watch it live, and I felt their presence when Chancellor Gao was handing me the degree. It made it so personal to me. I definitely gained and benefited a lot from studying at UW-L, but I also think that I was able to benefit others and give back to students in the community. I think that the best explanation of my story of education at UW-L is that when I asked for support, I received a response, a very strong response. And I would like to leave you with a quote that I think really reflects this idea. It is by Elie Wiesel, a well-known author and a Nobel Prize winner. He said that the opposite of love is not hate, it's indifference. And the opposite of art is not ugliness, it's indifference. And the opposite of faith is not heresy, it's indifference. And the opposite of life is not death, it's indifference. In my case, people did care, And look what happened. Look at the results. In my case, UWL and its caring people made a huge impact. They let me start with simple beginnings and come to something I have always been dreaming about.